in a broken wasteland. Come to my fire.
What's going on, metalheads? Thank you all for being part of this week's episode of the Metal Forge. My name is Mark Jackson, and I am your host. This week, we have Amy from Year of the Cobra here, and we're going to be talking about some awesome things with the band and everything else. Amy, how are you doing this week?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're out in the car. Are you on the road already, touring and doing?
No, I wish it was that cool, but no, I'm in a parking lot.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know, like, you know, sometimes I just got to ask because I do get some of these. There was an episode a few years ago where a guy was buying a new truck in another state and did his interview on the interstate, just like chatting down the road with somebody. And I was like, dude, that's pretty cool. And
yeah, John's done that. John will call in when he's driving, when he's working. I actually I've just taken my son to baseball, so I'm waiting in the parking. Yeah.
Awesome. So you all are out in the West Coast.
Yes.
Which is a little bit better than my Midwest, Louisville, Kentucky. So how is everything out west these days?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's a bit of a gray day today, but it's been lovely. So,
absolutely. Yeah. We had a gray purple day the other day. It stormed Friday night all the way up until like Sunday morning.
Wow.
And it was really rough.
Yeah.
What's that?
I like those Midwest storms, you know. We've driven through a few of them. It's been pretty scary.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you live in a place where you don't have like the treacherous weather like tornadoes and shit like that like you do in the Midwest and whatnot, because we're like right on the edge of that area. You know, Ohio will get them occasionally, but like Kentucky will, and it just kind of does that thing. But I remember a friend of mine that just like completely flipped out, like not knowing what to expect from the winds because they grew up in Denver and they just didn't know. They'd never had thunderstorms even.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. I mean, we were driving east one time and we got stuck in the middle of a storm, and it was pouring so hard you couldn't see the road. But the problem is we were going the same speed as the storm, so like we were just stuck in it the entire time, and we were going in the same direction, so we drove in it for hours. It was awful.
Oh wow. Looks like we have Jason possibly coming back in here to the Metal Forge, everybody. He was here a second ago. Oh, he's back on his computer.
Yep, I made it. Hard reset did the trick.
There we go.
Hey, see it, technology, man. That's how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jason Gardner from the. He's part of the Metal Forge at this point. I mean, he does like one podcast episode of the Ale Horny year now, and we've met that quota. Amy, this is Jason.
I'll have you know, I got one more on the books for next week.
Oh hell!
And I reached out to Todd today because his book soundtrack is almost ready to go. So he said to reach out when that was
Wings
ready.
on there.
No, it's only Ripple bands.
Why aren't you a Ripple band?
I don't know, just not. But anyway, this is about Year of the Cobra, not my failings as a man.
Well, we haven't even got into the interview yet, Jason. You showed up just at the right time. Amy and I were talking about the not knowing what to do when you get into that weather and that you're not used to living through, like because they're from out west and they don't really have tornadoes and such, but we do here. Mm-hmm. So see, you know what happens here. It's never about the music. It's always supposed to be, but it never ends up being about the music. And it
feels like we get derailed right off the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, well, with no monologues anymore. That's the thing, Amy. I've recently went through some changes on how to revamp the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, should I change camera views? Which is, as anybody can see, I did that this week. You can see a little bit more of the desks, like the little Grizzlor here, Emperor Hordak over here. But no, I've been trying to go through different things, and we used to do monologue for the last 5 years, and this year I've kind of shifted away from doing those and going straight into episodes, welcoming guests into the monologue.
Awesome.
So tell everybody out in Metal Forge land, now that Jason is back in the land of the living, tell us about Year of the Cobra.
Let's see. We started in 2015. John and I moved to Seattle like in 2011, and we just kind of started playing together because we didn't really know any musicians in the area. We had been playing in different bands forever. And then we just started writing songs. We all had every intention of adding a guitar player, but it ended up being kind of easier just with the two of us. It was like easier and harder all at the same time, but kind of something that the challenge we really enjoyed doing. And then things just kind of went from there. We recorded a 3-song EP immediately just to kind of get shows, and then that ended up getting picked up and put out by 3 different record labels, which I can't even totally remember what they are. But then our first full length was picked up by STP, which was great. STP took care of that one, and then from there we just kind of like kept moving forward. We moved to Magnetic Eye, and then now we're signed with Prophecy. So
Absolutely.
we're on our what, second full length right now? No, third full length right now.
Yeah. And that's what I'm looking through on the Metal Archives right now is the complete discography. And as you said, coming out in about 2015, I noticed that this album that just came out is self-titled.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is interesting because a lot of people don't do self-titled albums later on in the career unless it's just, to make a statement.
Right.
I
I
mean,
think a lot of people have said that, and I don't know if we really thought about it specifically to make a statement. I think that when we recorded this album, we were very, I don't know, we were very specific about what we wanted to record on this album, the songs that we wanted to record, how we wanted to do it. And after we finished it, we were really happy. We just really felt like we got what we were looking for. We were doing exactly what we wanted to do. We found the right engineer and producer with Matt Bayless. So when we were talking about album titles, we couldn't really think of one specific song that we wanted, I don't know, that we felt could cover the entire album. And we were just like,
sure.
I think it should just be self-titled. And, so it kind of came in later. It wasn't something that we really were like, oh, let's make a big statement by doing this. It just felt natural, and it just kind of happened naturally.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally cool because I mean, like I said, usually it is a statement, but if it's something that you don't have a concrete song, like, third song that encompasses everything. I mean, I get it. I like that actually. I wish more bands would honestly do that more often, that just, it doesn't have to have some crazy title like Skullthor Ebon Blade or
I knew
How Many Miles to Babylon or,
or Marauders of the Killing Moon.
Marauders of the Killing Moon. Sorry, I'm listing Jason's bands here. Shameless self plugs, Reborn and Reforged. No. So how has with the album coming out this year, just here almost about by the time this is being recorded, about a month ago, about 3 weeks ago, how's the album hit for you all?
I mean, it's been received pretty well. Everybody seems to like it. I was curious. I was curious to see how it would do because we have some songs that are a bit more, I guess, rock. People have even called some of it a little bit poppy, which I thought was really interesting. But it expanded a little bit on the things that we've done before, and we kind of moved into territory that we hadn't really done before. So I was curious to see what people would think, and so far everybody seems to like it.
Awesome.
So
So, okay, you said something in there that kind of made me think. It moved on from other territory, and there was some uncharted territory with the project.
a little bit. Mhm.
How does that when you've been in a band and you've been making music for so long in something, and obviously there's no rules
Right.
in anything that we do. We can do whatever we want. But when it comes to that, do you have to honestly sit there and wonder about, like, is this too far off from what we do?
I think so. I mean, I think so. Like, I want to make sure that we stick to the core of who we are, but feel like we can still make changes. You know what I mean? Like, I want to
Hmm.
grow. I don't want to just reproduce the same album.
Sure.
So, and it's just finding like, I mean, because sometimes if you step too far out of bounds, people will be like, I don't understand what's going on. This is what I expect from this band, and this is what I got, and I don't get it, and I don't like it. So I think you have to be really careful about how you expand and where you go with it, and be very intentional. And I think that we were pretty intentional with like, okay, let's push here, and then let's keep in some of the songs like Full Sails, which could be, I think, on any album. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So.
Absolutely. Listening to stuff that's newer, my guitar player in my other band, Jason, not Jason that's here, but Jason Roach, who's usually here too sometimes, he was playing the new Coheed album for me. And I don't listen to like Coheed Gabriel a lot, but the interesting thing about it is it was so completely different from what they had done in the past. And that's why I was just like, wow, this is weird, uh, to think with them. And when things like that come up for Year of the Cobra, have you had any fans be like, that was a little bit odd?
No,
That's
actually.
good.
I'm really pleased. But I think what's also kind of cool is because we're a two-piece, I feel like we have a little bit more leeway to do other things because I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I feel like the music that we've written in the past, like the albums that we've done in the past, don't exactly fit in one specific genre. I don't think we're just doom. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I think that people understand that like our music is going to shift and to move and to do some other things. Like I think that they're open to that idea with us.
Absolutely. So, what's the alluring thing behind like the doom for you?
I
Being in a doom metal band, that kind of transcribes, doom and into some rock and some psych and stuff like that. So what is the attraction to doom for you?
what okay, I like slow and I like heavy. I like things that make me feel like I'm floating. And a
Awesome.
lot of doom feels that way to me, you know? And it's funny because John is like we both come from punk rock backgrounds, and John, played in a lot like he played in Ignite in a hardcore band, and so he always wants to push. He likes things to go faster, and I always like to pull. I want things to go slower. Like I want the songs to be slower. So we're constantly battling over, well, it's too slow. I think it's too fast. It's too slow. It's too fast. So finding that middle ground, you know what I mean? But I really like the slow and the sludgy and like just I don't know, like losing yourself into that like I don't even know how to describe it. You know what I mean? It's like a cloud of, noise, you
Sure.
know?
No, I think that's accurate. Um, my my usual take for people is faster and more intense.
Right. You
That's
know?
my direction in bands. That's
That's
cool. I
what it,
like
that's
it.
what that's what
Faster and more
that's
intense.
what John brings, which I think is great. And I also think it works really well because we both are constantly having this battle against each other. You know what I mean? Like if it were up to me, we'd have so many songs that were like prayer and full sails and just like slower. And then, for him it'd be, like more upbeat, faster, more intense songs. So I think that's also why our albums tend to be a little bit more diverse because we're like trying to please all of us, or just the two of us, both of
For
us.
sure. No, and I mean, at least with that, there is only two of you.
Right. Yeah.
Because I know I've been in 5-person bands. I'm currently in one. I've been in four, and I think I've had a 6-person band at one time. And when you get that many people involved, it can be hard with just a writing duo
Yes.
sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I totally get that. Um, Jason, what do you have? I
Oh,
don't
not
know. I'm
much.
just sitting here, man.
I was just listening, taking it all in.
Come on, man.
But
Jump in. You're playing a show together.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Come on.
yeah, so she's playing the first, hopefully annual. I don't know yet, but Doomed and Stone Fest here in
I will be
Asheville.
right back.
Okay,
Jason,
then.
while I step away for a second, you can have the floor.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, playing Dooms and Stone Fest in Asheville with my band and a bunch of others. Some have been announced, some haven't. You have, so yeah. Have you haven't played here before, have you? In
Uh,
Asheville?
I I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm really looking forward to it though. I mean, we've been in North Carolina, but I don't think that we've been
Mhm.
in Asheville.
Or in the western part of the state. So chances are you probably played Raleigh because that seems to be the metal mecca of
Yeah,
the state.
we were just there. John would know because he always remembers all of the places that we've played. I'm not really good at that. I'm like a just, I'll be wherever I need to be. You just, just tell
You're
me
just a
where I need to
passenger
go.
and just show up and play.
Basically, like I don't look at the dates. I mean, I don't look at the cities that we go in. I just look
Sure.
at the start date, the end date, and then like all the things that I need to do to make sure that I have all the things that I need to do. But like where I end up going is not something that like I really ever remember.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, you'll be coming post storm recovery, so
Oh, okay.
everything should be pretty close back to normal anyway. I've played the venue since the storm and it's in good shape. So
Okay.
yeah, I've never played there with two stages before though, so I'm not sure the logistics right now because well, first I haven't asked, and second of all, it's like not really my pay grade right now.
Yeah, yeah.
The venue will handle all that stuff, and the promoter, but I'm helping out with like promotion and obviously playing on the Saturday, the day you guys are playing. I think you're a co-headliner or at least really high up. So
It looks like it's by the flyer. They're the out of the Wave One band announcement.
mhm.
They are the biggest band listed on the flyer because they're Slumbering Sun, Lung Burner,
Yeah,
Temptations, Wings. Fuck those guys. Dope Scum, Doomsday
yeah, they're
Prophets,
opening.
Stone Nomads, Bronco, and Year of the Cobra.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, Bronco coming back's a big deal too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be fun. I look forward to like checking everyone out after I get done playing, and just close the merch table down early after everyone quits stopping by, and just
Right.
enjoy the rest of the night.
Hell yeah. Now, when you come to shows like that, that's like a 2 day show, like with this being like an initial festival type thing, are you all planning on staying for both days, or are you doing are you there and gone?
Most times we can't stay. I don't think that
Sure.
we've ever stayed for an entire festival. Usually we come in, we play, and we go because it's in the middle of a tour. So, we'll play the day before and then we'll play the day after. So generally we just have to be on the road, sadly.
For
Okay.
people coming in, the Friday night is just like a pre-party. It's only four bands. It's not like a full 2 days. So keep that in mind if you're coming to see You're the Cobra. The Friday night is just four bands at a small venue. And then the main event is Saturday at the larger venue, which is still pretty small actually. So
And what are the dates, Jason?
July 11th and 12th,
And where?
and Asheville at the Odd on Friday night, and Sly Grog Saturday night.
Oh, they took a page out of who's this? Grasping Air?
Yeah,
He took a page out of my book for the big goddamn metal show.
and he might
At
have, yeah,
one night at one venue, one night at another
yeah,
venue.
that's right.
Fucking
Well,
Bill.
Heavy Mountain has done that too.
I
So
don't know about those guys though.
yeah.
So what are you looking forward to most in 2025?
I mean, I'm looking forward to our tours. We're going to be in Europe at the end of April,
Nice.
and then we have this
So
US tour.
that's why you're not coming to my birthday show.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
guess
move your birthday show to Europe, dude. What the hell, man?
that would
Seriously.
be cool. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead. You're going to be in
No, it's
Europe at
good.
the end of
No, I'm
April.
just excited to be back in Europe. It's been, I think, a year, maybe a little over a year. So that'll be really fun. We're opening for Amin Ra. That'll be, great. So
Nice. So when you all are on tour, it kind of it's just you all. So
that's right. Yeah.
it's easy to pack up the car and go.
I mean, it's easy and it's hard because, I play through two 810s and, those are heavy and my amps are heavy and there's only the two of us have to carry all of it. So that's the only problem is that it takes us a long time to load out because it's just the two of us carrying things back into the
Sure.
van. And it's even worse when we have stairs. Like that's pretty
Oh
brutal.
yeah, stairs are the bane of existence to any musician anywhere.
Well, I can
Worse.
give you good news. A Sligar has a ramp, so
Okay, good.
we're in good
Perfect.
shape. Yeah.
We're good.
There you
Um,
go. So
Other than that, like traveling as a two-piece is really easy. Like, we have a 15 pass van, so we each have our own, like bench, like bunk to sleep on. So we can totally relax and lie out. Like one person will drive, the other person can lie down. We
that's
have a lot of
cool.
space and it's really, really easy.
So when it comes down to doing the touring thing, um, pre interview, you had mentioned that you were a parent.
Mhm.
Now, with that, when you all do go on tour, do you all take the kids with you, especially if you go to Europe?
To Europe, they haven't come with us to Europe yet. Although Europe would be easier to take them because the venues allow kids in there. As long as the parents are there, most venues are fine with having kids.
Sure.
Um, so then our daughter, who's 15, could run merch for us, you know.
Oh, getting that
Um,
slave labor market going. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, she loved it. She would be totally cool. Her son would be really bummed. But in the U.S., it's a little bit harder. But we take them on tour in the U.S. Like over the summer, we'll take them with us. You know,
Okay.
they get to know hotels really well.
Nice. Well, no, the reason I wonder is because, when you always hear of bands like huge bands that are like, world changing, that have kids, and then it's like, so what do they do? They gotta, if especially with a spouse being, both of you being in the band together.
That's the hard part is that we're both in the same band. If we were in different bands, we could plan it where one person's on tour and the other one is
Sure.
at home. Then life would be significantly easier. So I mean, right now, specifically right now, that's our biggest challenge is trying to figure out who's going to help watch our kids. When they were younger, John's mom would watch them all the time, but they're older now, and she's gotten older, and she's really unable to do it.
Sure.
Uh, so it's just, and then they have their life too. Our daughter's a dancer and she's a musician, and our son's into baseball, and I don't want to take away their life, for
For what
this.
you're doing.
I want all of us to be able to do all of these things. So it's just trying to find the right balance.
For sure. No, the thing about it, the reason why I bring that up is because I read an interview with a band one time where they were going to like Japan,
Hmm.
and they had their kids and everything. So it's like they were going to be there for like 3 or 4 weeks, go doing like an Asian tour. And it was crazy because it's like, what do you do with your kids at that point? And they actually had pulled them out of school and had taken them with them so they could so they could learn about other culture and stuff while they're there with them. And it's like, that's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So there you go, Jason. Now you can take Noah and Audrey around, and you can come up
Yeah.
with us.
There
You
you
can
go.
come up
I
and
mean,
rock out up here in Louisville,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
our
Let's
kids
go.
have seen all of the US, they've been all over the place. Um, with us. I would love to take them to Europe. We just have to find the right time.
Sure.
It's a little bit difficult now that they're older. Like I said, our daughters dance. I mean, she dances ballet and it's 6 days a week and they don't, it's very serious,
Sure.
so
No,
it's
and I
just,
mean, I'm sure it is, yeah,
Yeah.
because you've got to stay in crazy good shape for that.
right. Yeah. Right. So she can't just leave for, 3 weeks. The school wouldn't even allow her to leave for 3 weeks. I mean, the ballet
Right.
school, like
Yeah.
it's, but I'm going to be doing some shows in Europe. And I plan on taking her with me, like some festivals, not with Year of the Cobra, but and I plan on taking her with me so she can at least come visit and check out some
Right
Europe.
on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward. Hopefully you all will have a Louisville date coming up soon as well. I don't know what does the tour look like?
It was okay. The last time, and I was telling Jason this earlier that I'm not a part of any of the planning, and I don't really look at where we're going, and that's just not like John and I have things split up to where he takes care of the booking the dates and all of that stuff, and I
Yeah.
take care of what the kids are going to do, and then once I get on the road, then I'll see where
Yeah,
we're
then you
actually
see where
going.
you're going.
Um, Yeah, right, because I truly usually have no idea. But I did see, like, the last time that I saw Louisville was actually on the list, but I don't know if it's still there. Like,
Oh,
because initially it was
I'll
supposed to
have to
start
look it
with,
up.
yeah, Van Nationals, and then we were going to do like Chicago and then Louisville, or I don't know, something like that to get us out to Asheville. But then
Okay.
things kind of went a little haywire, and I don't know where it stands now. So,
Okay.
may or may
Well,
not be on the list.
hey, if you're here, I will come.
Cool.
I will come see the show. That's the thing because that's what I do. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I've played at the Odd before. Jason had was good enough to have one of my bands down there, and maybe another one of my bands here soon. But the Odd is a fun place to play. So if you do get a chance to check out some of the Asheville digs, it's pretty cool. What is it? Rockies or Rickies? Are they still there, Jason?
Oh, Rocky's Hot Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right down the road.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you like hot chicken, there you go. They're right down the road as well.
That sounds good.
Jason, do you have anything else before Derailed?
No, like I said, just July 11th, 12th. I think single day passes available at doomedandstone.com. And
hell yeah.
Hope everyone comes out early to see us. I think we're opening, and then stay late because the Year of the Cobra's playing toward the end. So,
dude, there's nothing else like it. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do, Jason?
Nothing. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna hang out and use my free ticket.
Exactly. You should pay again.
Leave and come back in.
Leave and come back in and pay.
Dude, I will tell you, dude. Honestly, I will tell you. I have gone to shows before where the turnout was so bad that I paid for two people just to help the band out.
I've done that.
Yeah, it was like I give them a 20, it's like $10. Like, dude, just give it the rest. Just keep the change.
Hang on. That's something else. And I'm sure, Amy, you being an independent musician, you know, and I say independent musician, yes, you are signed to a label, but it's an independent label. Sure. None of us are getting rich doing this. But the interesting thing to me is it's always like an unspoken rule in especially in metal. Whenever anybody plays a club or bar or whatever, and the venue either doesn't do good promotion, or it's a Monday fucking night or a Tuesday night, and it's just deader than shit. And sorry, I do cuss a lot on this show, so sorry if I offend you, being in metal and everything. But the thing is like, that seems to be like an unspoken rule about bands, is like, we didn't really do well, so maybe we should give our cut to so-and-so. And I love that about music, is that, we all realize how hard it is for touring bands.
Yeah. And,
like where Jason's saying that he's paying for admission when because the venue didn't do the show didn't do well. So
yeah, we've given our guarantee to many touring bands before, for sure.
Definitely. And the camaraderie with that is awesome. And I think that's, what's really cool is when, they return the favor on tour to you.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like forged long friendship at that point.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the metal community, all in all, is the best community. It is incredible. Mm-hmm. Everywhere you go, everybody's just rad.
Yeah, and most people in the scene, and I say most because they're bad apples everywhere. Sure. They're the ones who do use people and fuck people over and shit like that. And believe me, that their time's coming.
Yeah, I know quite a few that. Oh yeah, man, give us a show. We'll give you a return show. Then like they never hear from them again after you give them a show. It's like, yeah, fuck you guys.
My favorite was like doing the thing of saying like, yeah, here's this. I know it didn't do well. Just do the same for us when we come up there. And it was just like, we did that. And it was like, dude, we only had $30 come in. It's like, what? What the fuck's $30? I mean, you might as well just keep that. No. Aside from that, though, no, the camaraderie with music and with the metal scene is great. And, whether it be surfing on somebody's couch if you have to, or, I don't know, in the Midwest, it seems like a lot of people will try to like barter, like, are you sure I could get you something to eat? And you just give me an album, you're on the road. It's like, does that, that happening? So we all kind of, no matter what it is, I think we all try to look out for each other.
Absolutely.
And I love that. So let's go ahead and get into Derailed. Derailed are some random questions about you as a person. Doesn't always have to be about the music. It's just usually about life. And Jason, because you're here, guess what? You're playing along too.
Okay.
As always. If you could receive an unrestricted, unlimited grant, they'd get canceled, to complete a project, what would it be?
Oh,
Like a government project?
It just
Any
says
project.
if you could receive an unrestricted, unlimited grant to complete one
Okay.
project, what would it
Okay.
be?
All right.
Oh, I think I would really, I'm a classical piano player, and I would love to do something with like an orchestra.
Oh,
That's
Mark
what I would like to
disappeared.
do. Oh,
Where'd
I
you
know
go,
we
Mark? There you are.
I was being nice. I was being polite and
Oh,
not
okay.
blowing my nose on
I got
camera.
lost.
I have a
would like to do
cold and I'm dying
something
here.
together.
I'm
I
sorry,
know
Amy.
you have a great job though. You have a lot of energy right now for being
It's
sick.
because I've got the caffeine going.
Oh, okay.
That's why. And I've been asleep for 4 hours. Sorry, I apologize. I should have forewarned you all when I did that.
Oh,
You
no.
said you were a classical piano player.
Yeah, no, I would like to do something with like, an orchestra, something, I don't know, something sort of symphonic like that.
Year of the
That's like,
Cobra in the Seattle Symphonic Orchestra.
There you
that would
go.
be pretty rad. To be able to like have some time to write something like that and play along with a full orchestra would be super, super cool.
That's one of the things that people used to talk shit on the S&M shows from Metallica. Oh, they're fucking with an orchestra, blah blah blah. Not to mention that the countless other people who have done it in the past,
Mhm.
or had it on their albums. But yes, okay. Sorry, the cat's clawing at me. But no, I couldn't imagine being like that. That's intense to be able to have to write instrumentation for 60 pieces.
Yeah, that'd be
At
cool.
least 60 pieces in an orchestra.
It would be so cool. And then just to work with some of those musicians, I think that would be super fun and like, I don't know, I think it would be really, really fun.
That would be cool. I
Yeah.
I, I always imagined, it would be really cool to maybe set up a show with like a high school band.
Oh yeah.
And because high school bands aren't usually orchestra driven, they're brass and woodwind and percussive.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
you don't have strings and stuff like that, but it would be totally cool to just do that. And
I
I've always thought about trying to set that up with somebody.
Dude, I tried that. I tried that when Corey was in strings in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I emailed his music teacher. I was like, "Hey, Corey wouldn't want me to ask you, but it's like
I'm his stepdad and I'm in a band.
yeah, exactly." It was like, dude, I think it'd be really cool. Like, here's like some of our songs, and like we have to stick to like the NC curriculum. We can't really veer, but he was like, here's some numbers for like the actual symphony that might take you up on it, and they never responded. So
they have what are they? It's like a community orchestras out
Oh
there that are
yeah.
just like
yeah,
adults
yeah, they
playing
played the ACT,
professional.
the community theater. So that's what I wrote. Yeah, and then I also threw out like, hey, how about like a stage play of the concept album, and we just play it, and you could just like act out stuff like silent, and they didn't respond to that either. So I had ideas.
That's super cool though. What a
See,
good idea.
Jason, I think
I like
I
that
think you got
idea.
a great idea. No, like listen, me being like I'm a visual musician. I always think that you have to have a stage show to really reel people in and really get people invested. I think you have to have some bit of stage presence. And whether that be drapes, candles, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And honestly, Jason, maybe that's something that you should look into doing at your local theater and maybe renting out.
That's what I wrote, and they didn't
Yeah,
respond.
maybe you should.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is maybe you should head up the production. Is what I'm
Oh, I
saying.
see. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I sent him a picture of the album. I was like, hey, if this doesn't really like scream like play with like
Okay,
heavy metal
okay,
background,
okay.
it's
Stop
like
showing your album on here.
I got to every chance I get, but
I know.
yeah,
That's a good one, Jason.
yeah. Thank
So
you.
what would yours be?
I don't. There's a lot. I mean, there's so many, but I would probably just like finish this highway project that's been getting on my nerves for like 10 years or more now. Like I would just like be done
What,
with it. So
what
yeah.
what's the highway
Oh, a
project?
highway project. Like they're like building new bridges and stuff, like building a new highway through here,
Infrastructure.
like an
Just take
interstate, like the
forever.
interstate. I just want it like done. So I would just give them all the money to free up some traffic because it's been a
Yeah.
nightmare.
They've been working on it since I was there 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, they've been working on it years before you showed up, Mark. Yeah.
No,
And then when the road washed away from the storm, it's like even worse. So yeah, it's pretty
you know,
bad.
that is the thing that does suck is like their infrastructure is always going on no matter where you are, no matter what time of year. It always seems as soon as they get something finished,
Mhm.
a new bill gets passed and they start new shit
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, repaving projects. It's like there wasn't nothing wrong with the first one, you know? Yeah, I know what you
That
mean.
tax dollars hard at work.
Yeah.
Me, I would probably if I were given unlimited money for a grant to finish the peace project, I guess. Just like everybody chill the fuck out. You know, take a step away, listen to some music, smoke them if you got them,
Yeah.
drink it if you need to, whatever, but just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it was something stupid like $1,000 to every fucking person in the world just to fucking get them to just be cool with each other, I'd do it.
Yeah.
That would be my unlimited thing. It's just to bring people together as much as I could somehow and just get everybody to understand that, you know, we're all just living this same fucking thing. We just all, you know, it's just our version of the story.
I mean, dude, honestly, if you had unlimited money, why not just go for 1 million per person or more? You know, I mean, hell,
Well,
try something
yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
I think there is somebody that did get that unlimited grant money out there that's not doing it the way they should. I won't mention his name on the show, but we all know who he is. Uh, who would you love to collaborate with on any project, and what would the project be?
Um, I don't know. I would love to write music with Robert Smith of The Cure. I would love
Yeah,
to sit there and like write, like collaborate on a song or an album or something. I think that would be really interesting.
that would be killer because the Cure are such an interesting band.
Yeah, they're so interesting. I mean, yeah, to be able to collaborate and see how he works and what he thinks and, I think that would be super cool.
Right. Right. And anytime, you know, I have a fondness for the Cure because when I was in high school, my high school band, we covered a couple Cure songs.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Uh don't get me wrong, it's the hits. It's like Love Song and
That's
um
cool for a high school band to cover The Cure. That's really
well, yeah. Well, okay, so I'm almost 42. So for me, my introduction to the Cure was The Crow
hmm
in 93. So I was about 10 years old when I was introduced to the Cure. So going up to high school, I was already familiar with. I actually had done a project. We had to pick a song, and I picked a Cure song, "The Hanging Garden,"
Oh, that's a great song.
and I we had to do some kind of like project with it on poster board and whatnot. So it's like you had to like illustrate out the lyrics of the song with like magazine pictures or some shit, right? Whatever crafty thing kids were doing in the 90s. Um that yeah, so we had done that, and they've always been an interesting band just because of, like you said, of the mystique behind what they do, how Robert Smith comes up with what he does. And it never ceases to amaze me. The first clip I always go to, like in my head when somebody brings them up, is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announcement.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if Jason, you've ever seen this or not, but I'm going to splice it into the show and actually use it. Got my cut scene there. But it's hilarious because this interviewer comes up. She's like, "Oh my gosh, Robert Smith, The Cure, whatever thing, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Are you excited?" He's like, "Not as apparently as you are."
He's so calm.
He is. He's just so calm. It's so good, and I love it.
So funny.
I could totally get down with that. I would. I mean, I would just, there's not a lot of info about them. Not a lot of documentary stuff. They've been fairly private, which I think the case is for a lot of English musicians.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
You do have the ones that are out in the front, like Ozzy and Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and those bands. But and even in that era of like pop goth music of the 80s, I mean, you had your Boy Georges and stuff like that. But the Cure were not in the foreground. They were in the foreground musically, but not personally.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, and he's such a character, like everybody will recognize him, but yeah, right. He was never completely just out there. He didn't, he didn't seek that kind of fame.
No, absolutely not. And that's great. Mm-hmm. Jason, what about you?
Tony Iommi.
Oh, that's
really?
Yeah, easy. I would want to play on one of his cologne commercials. Yes. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
It'd be Eye Destroyer playing on there.
Yeah. Play one of the his Scent of Darkness cologne commercials.
Can we just have a second to appreciate Tony Iommi?
I mean, why? I mean, give you as many seconds as you want, really.
Exactly, because the godfather of what we know is metal today, and whether it be we're all somewhat related to the doom structure here. Mm-hmm. This is the theme of today's show. We're all related to the doom structure. Do you want on camera? Jesus Christ, come up here. This is Georgia. This is who's beside me. Hi, baby. Bye. She keeps like jumping up on my side. But yeah, Tony Iommi, I mean, he's kind of where it's at. I mean, I think as a musician, and I wish he did more solo stuff, like the collaboration album that he had done in the late 90s before Reunion had came out. But it's cool because we got one from Ozzy and it sucks.
I had that CD and it got stolen. Someone grabbed my case back when that was a thing, and it was in my like binder and it's gone. I still got the Iommi solo CD. Yeah, the one with I still got the case back there, but the CD's gone.
No, it's terrible. I like the Dave Grohl song on there.
Man, it's been so long since I've listened to it. I don't remember what some of the songs even sound like.
I think it's Brother's Lament or something. What is human consciousness?
Opposite of AI.
Short answer.
Yeah.
Opposite of AI.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like human consciousness is like bad decisions done on purpose. Yes.
No, really. I mean, like, how do you perceive?
It's all decisions, right? Human consciousness. I don't even know. It's not even decisions. It's just, I don't know. What is human consciousness? It's like
I don't know. I mean, to me, is it being awake and aware?
Is it the red pill or maybe it's the blue pill? We don't know.
Or maybe it's the purple pill.
Maybe.
Right. I think it's the purple pill.
I in jest I say this because it's horrible, but I saw one of those the other day, one of those red pill blue pill things, and it was just like Kiss, Europe, all these like one band on each side that makes it kind of worth it, but not a
Mhm.
lot of bands on either side that make it really. Oh my god, I gotta choose this because Oingo Boingo's on here. And I'm just using it as Oingo Boingo as the example, but like it's just like instead of either pill, can I just have a 45? Because I don't want to be subject to either of these lists.
That's right. Yeah.
The all-encompassing every action reaction kind of thing, I think, is what consciousness is. Even while you're asleep, tossing and turning, you roll off the bed. It's always a thing, it's that's a heavy question because I don't know. I mean, cosmically, I think we're all attuned to everything, whether it be plants, whether it be other species, because I just had the cat up here who wouldn't leave me alone. And all she was like, Dad, come on. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, So I get it. That's a tough one. What movie do you think's overhyped?
Overhyped.
Or what thing out there? Not necessarily movie.
Honestly, I think the Marvel movies are overhyped. I'm not totally into all the Marvel movies.
Okay.
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Sure.
I think they're fantastic. They're hysterical. I think they're really well done. But there's so many Marvel movies out now that it's too much, and I think they need to relax.
I get that. Everything up until the second Infinity War was like where it was at for me. Once they breached that and went into like streaming and like
the streaming, yeah, that's like it's just yeah.
It's a bit too much. I could get that. What about you, Jason?
I mean, I have so many answers. Obviously, episode 8 is top of the list, but besides that,
gosh,
yeah, I would say probably Titanic.
Titanic.
Yeah, because honestly, man, I already knew how to end it before it came out. It's like,
oh, shut up.
It wasn't a surprise thing. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Dude,
I Harbor ended too.
Well, I didn't watch that one, but I can honestly say that I'm kind of hypocritical because I never even watched Titanic.
But the thing is, I don't think you are like their demographic, like that they're trying to.
He is totally the demographic. He's the ship captain. Look at him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, dude, there's so many that just suck, man.
Hey, I will give you this.
Yeah,
I'll give you the reason to watch Titanic. Bill Paxton is in it.
Sure.
Because it's a Jim Cameron film.
Yeah.
And Bernard Hill is in it, which is the actor that plays Theoden.
Yeah, in Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah. So right there. You got a Lord of the Rings actor and Bill Paxton. What more do you need? Bill Paxton is a national treasure.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, I mean, I'm good. Like,
I mean, he had purple fucking like spikes in Terminator.
I remember. I've watched him 500 times.
At least
497 of them on VHS. So
you just showed Terminator to our son, actually.
like the
first
original?
One? Yeah, the very first one. Like, we were going to go through the series, so we're like, oh, you have to watch it with us. So
yeah, 1 to 2 is like quite the jump. Like, it's quite amazing, like how much different they are, but and totally work together. Like,
oh sure,
it's like this neon cyberpunk into like this really hard sci-fi, and it works. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And
then 3 just kind of like, I don't know. A lot of people crap on. Yeah, a lot of people crap on the one in the future, but I actually like that one.
Genesis
not Genesis, the one before that. I can't think of the name of it, but
the one with Sam Worthington in it.
Yes, yeah.
Salvation.
I like. Yeah, that was it. The concept of that one's cool, but some of the executions, yeah.
But I
Arnold looks
Terminator in the future on the airplane recently, and I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, I think on the airplane you kind of almost enjoy any movie because you're just so bored. But
right.
I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It was when they were trying to find. Anyway, it was just like a futuristic one that was recent. I can't remember what it was called though.
There's Dark Fate.
That was a lot.
That was the last one that came out.
Yeah.
Back in like 2021 or something.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Um,
they kept going with this series. That's I guess what was so surprising. I didn't realize it was still part of the Terminators. You know what I mean? I thought it ended a while ago.
It should
sure.
have. But
It- do you want me to be that guy?
yeah.
I am very much okay in the metal community. There's that one question that everyone has a say in. Is it the first four albums or is it anything else from Metallica? Most people pick the first four albums. I
Mhm.
am that exact same way with Terminator. It is the first two. Anything
Yeah.
after the first two, I've watched. I haven't necessarily liked that. And Salvation came out in a time where Sam Worthington was in everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. He was also in Avatar. He
Right.
was in a few other really big films, kind of like Tom Hardy did a few years later with Venom and whatever other
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, and yeah, all of that stuff. He kind of did the same thing.
Yeah. I completely agree. It's the first two movies. After that,
Yeah.
it's a little nonsense.
I would go
We
one step further and say the first two movies, especially the part two Ultimate Edition.
Yes.
Yes.
The Ultimate Edition is best because I love one scene in that is where Sarah is standing there and it's Sarah and John, and he doesn't know which one is which until he actually looks at their feet because he's melting into the railing.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good
Yeah.
scene. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
a really
good.
good scene.
That's very
But I
clever.
have one more question. But before we get to it, as always, links they're listed below. So please give likes, shares, and follows. Do all the things and all the stuff. Go to the official
Mhm.
websites, go to the Bandcamp pages, go buy merch. And most importantly of all, go to see them on tour and buy merch in person. Make new friends. Have
Yes.
fucking kick-ass times at
Especially July 12th.
all of your local establishments. Well, whenever they go, and whoever they see. Um, you know, that's what it's about. It's just doing all the things and all the stuff. Amy, thank you so much for coming to the Metal Forge today. Do you have any shout outs or anything else you'd like to promote today?
I just want to thank everybody, for just all of their support. I just want to also, thank Matt Bayless, who was our engineer producer. I think he just did such a fabulous job. Um, and I'm looking forward to getting on the road and seeing everybody.
Hell yeah. That sounds like it's going to be a blast. I
Yeah.
mean, nothing like summer tours. Hopefully it's a mild summer and not scorching for the tour.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, and that's for everybody out there. Hopefully may all your tours be mild and not scorching or freezing.
Yes. Yeah. Quite true.
I always love the ones that are like from New York and they want to tour in the wintertime, knowing how it is in New York, where it's like 4 feet of snow every like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they want to bitch when they get to a place like here and there's just a little bit of snow and they don't know how to drive in it, like
Right.
4 feet of snow. I
Yes.
like those people when they come in and tour. They're like, "What the fuck, man? There's like nothing out here. This is like fucking August to me." Hell yeah, Jason. Do you have anything you want to shout out or promote today?
No, nothing new right now to talk about. I was going to ask though, do you have any of the piano stuff recorded, like on anywhere to listen to?
Yeah.
Stuff what that I've played.
Yeah, your piano
Oh,
playing.
I have little snippets on Instagram, but I don't have time. I don't play a lot of piano these days, so
Awesome.
I'll only, I'll get maybe 15 minutes like once a week if I'm lucky to just kind of mess around. So the snippets that I have on Instagram are just, little bits of, those 15 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Awesome.
I actually enjoy like some mellow piano stuff.
Sure.
Like a
Yeah.
lot. My favorite is like death metal covers done by pianists, like because it like
Yes.
yeah, it really brings like a whole different feel to the song. Like there's a lot of Amon Amarth piano covers, and it's like, man, this song is like actually like really like moving if you just like take the distortion and growling and blast beats
Right.
and everything away. It's like, man, at the core, there's a lot to this.
I
You
think that would
say,
actually be a very fun project.
Yeah.
"Oh hell yeah!"
Yeah.
You say that, but I actually have a friend who like went nuts and has bought every single Rock a Baby album.
You can get them all streaming, but yeah, I used them all.
No, back like when before streaming was a thing, he would religiously buy the albums because it's the nursery versions of
Iron Maiden,
Metallica, Iron Maiden, U2, whoever. And yeah, just because it's like a chilled out version.
Or those are on vinyl, dude. That'd be cool to have.
Yes, some of them have been released.
Are they? Yeah, I might have to look into those just because. Yeah, it's cool.
That's a great
Also, Small World, a band here in a town that I'm friends with, also recorded with Matt Bayless. About 4 years ago. They're called Basque. And that album's really good. Like the production on it's like spot on. And Matt Bayless actually came here to record it with them at a studio. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's big time.
Yeah, that guy is amazing.
Yeah, because I'm not mistaken, didn't he do 10? Pearl Jam's 10? I know he did one with Pearl Jam, but I don't remember what album.
I don't remember which one it was, but he did. Yeah, he did work on one.
Yeah.
Let's find out. We've got the
interwebs.
selected discography. He did Alice in Chains.
Oh, really? Which one?
Around the Fur. He has done Remission, Leviathan, Blood Mountain.
Oh yeah, I forgot he worked on those. Yeah,
he worked on Yield, Bioral, and Lost Dogs from Pearl Jam.
Okay.
He did,
and of course, You're the Cobra. So
and Warp Riders and You're the Cobra. Yeah.
Wow, Warp Riders. He's just really amazing. He's so good at what he does.
Amazing discography. Hell yeah. And it's got to be really cool to have that, like, that recognition of being able to work with some of these people that so many other peer groups and like people you look up to have worked with as well.
It's pretty cool. And he's so humble. He's just, he's very critical. He's a super hard ass, which is all things that I love. I mean, that's exactly what you want from an engineer and a producer, right? But he's just so chill at the same time, just kind of, getting his work done. And you know what I mean? Like he's only critical when he really needs to be, he's not like, I don't know. He's just a very cool dude.
Yeah. And that's really awesome because it could be, what's the one guy, who's the guy that was throwing shit at Slipknot while they were playing?
Oh, I don't know. I
can't remember his name. It's Rob something, but anyways, Derailed is over. Given the situation, I don't think I'm going to ask that question because it was a government question.
Ah, yes.
What do you think of the theory of twins just being extensions of one person?
I don't even know this theory, so I might have to sit this one out.
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Sure. I mean, sure, right? Yeah. I guess the question is, would it be like fraternal twins or identical twins? You know what I mean? Because at least if they're identical, they come from the same, cell that got split. Right? So then that definitely actually would be their part of this.
I think that's what it would be, is identical twins.
There are also fraternal twins that have a lot of, I guess probably not as much as identical twins, because you hear all about those identical twins that like were separated at birth and then they ended up marrying other identical twins and then had kids at the same time and named their kids the same thing. You know what I mean? Like they end up living parallel lives even though they never even knew the other person existed.
Maybe that's the glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah. Yes.
Twins are the glitch in the Matrix that we all that are the ones that are living in the same universe, but they're supposed to be from a parallel universe.
Sure. Right. The accident. Yeah. Probably. I think that would be so weird to have a twin. That would be so strange.
I dated a twin.
Did you?
Yes.
Identical?
Yes. Yeah. And they are inseparable still, and I love them both to death to this day.
Wow, that's cool.
They're awesome people. Mallory and Caitlin.
That's
Shout out to
awesome.
them as well. I don't have anything else for the interview. Jason, what's up?
I'm good. Yeah,
You're good. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
I
think we've covered a lot of ground here tonight.
Hell yeah. Well, I keep saying I'm going to try and make it down to see Jason in Asheville. It's like a 5.5 hour drive for me, 6 hours, whatever.
There's 2 Buc-ee's on the way down. There's really no excuse now.
I know. Actually, you know what? Now that I say that, there's 2 Buc-ee's on either direction, whichever way you go. Because there's the one in Richmond, Kentucky, and there's one in Sevierville. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you go down 65, there's one right near Bowling Green now.
Okay.
And then there's the one on the other side going towards Asheville.
No, there's not one over here. It's Sevierville's the closest one.
Yeah, the Sevierville one. So if like you went, you could go and do it. So yeah, no matter which way you go, there's still 2 Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Double the triple brisket sandwich.
Yep.
That was one of my favorite things about coming down there for Steel and Stone is I bought one of those giant sandwiches at Buc-ee's and didn't eat it until after the show when we got back to the hotel room.
You have something to look forward to. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I got to see some pretty awesome bands, and then I got to have this giant sandwich. Amy, thank you so much. This has been awesome. I definitely looking forward to seeing you all and meeting in person. Hopefully that'll happen soon. On our way out today from Year of the Cobra, what do you want to play?
Oh, wait, from a Year of the Cobra song?
Yeah.
Oh, I would the Full Sails.
Hell yeah. Jason, thank you. Amy, thank you again. Here it is.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. That's what it's all about. I mean, I love doing this show because, like I said, you know, you're out in the West Coast right now. I'm in Indiana. He's in North Carolina. It's like, I love that about the metal communities. We all come together no matter what.
Mm-hmm. That's rad.
I love it. So without any further ado, Full Sail.
Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattooandpiercing@gmail.com and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing.
Hey metalheads, after going to a rager, what's your ultimate go-to? Mine is totally pizza. So when Overload is playing or I'm promoting the Metal Forge live showcases or the big goddamn metal show, I go to Pizza Donisi. Pizza Donisi is gourmet artisan pizza from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It features things like the pizza of the month, the sandwiches, and also vegetarian and vegan options, which is so totally fucking cool for all of it's awesome pizza. You definitely want to go. Hey, and also from time to time they do cannolis. Oh, so fucking good. You know what they said, man? Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Yeah, just like that in Godfather. They're located right next to the Mag Bar at 1396 South 2nd Street. So either stop in or call in at 502-213-0488. They're open till midnight. The witching hour.
Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey metalheads, you all hear me talk about Mag Bar all the time. It is the home to the Metal Forge live showcases and is an integral stop in the ultimate underground metal tour schedule. They obviously feature live music, but the Mag Bar also has daily specials like Pint and Slice Night on Tuesdays with Pizza Donisi. But they also do Bring Your Own Vinyl on Thursdays with DJ Kent Jackson, and Finer Things Sundays. Located right next to Pizza Donisi at 1398 South 2nd Street, open 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Get your asses out to the Mag Bar. Rock out. For 45 years in keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They're open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out. In 2017, one man's vision and passion for all things metal started out as a record store in his house. Years later, the fight against a mainstream empire continues as Shade Beast. An independent metal collective and online store based in Athens, Georgia, is the world's premier heavy metal brand for music heads that value authenticity over the mainstream acceptance. Featuring original t-shirts from some of the best underground artists, as well as stickers, posters from the Shade Beast Presents concert series.
Unique, one-of-a-kind collectibles and small curated selection of vinyl and cassettes from the masters old and new. Visit shadebeast.com and enter promo code SithLord for free domestic shipping on your first order, whether you're a new customer or returning. And be sure to join the Shade Beast social groups on Facebook and the interwebs to keep up with the new release announcements and talk all things metal and Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and filth.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day, all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soul Grinder Zine! An independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com.
What's up, Metal Forge fans? This is Alan Bishop, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest and head distiller at Spirits of French Lick. Do you find yourself drawn to the unexplained, fascinated by the Fortean, or enchanted by the paranormal? If the things that go bump in the night resonate in your mind, then tune into my brand new podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Featuring first-hand accounts, collected stories, interviews, history, and speculation related to all things not of this world. Available now on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and more. Set back, relax, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code MetalForge10 to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now.
Hey Metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby.
In a broken wasteland, come to my fire and place your blood and steel upon my